In this file, I'm going to go over the line command. The line command is located on your ribbon under the Draw panel. If you have opened up your Show menu bar, you can find the line command under Draw, and there is Line. You can also type in the word line in your command line to access the command, or you can simply type in L and then enter, and that is the shortcut. So there's 4 easy ways of accessing the line command. Once you're in the line command, you have different things that you can do. You can specify like a start point. It says right there to specify a start point. So a lot of your beginning drawings, I'll ask you to go to the 0, 0 coordinate. So you just type in 0, 0, and you hit the enter button, and it's going to link your line to the 0, 0 point. So that is easy to navigate to, and it's easy to keep control of. Now, as you notice that when I start drawing, I have all kinds of angles that I'm able to construct here, and that is pretty easy to do. If I want to get out of the command, I can either hit my right mouse button and hit the enter button, or if I am in the command, I can also hit my escape button, and that will exit out of the command as well. If you are in the middle of a command and you're drawing and you mess up and you want to like erase the last line, instead of undoing everything, like hitting the enter button and erasing it, you can always hit undo, and undo will take you back a few steps. And you can always use the close button to close and go to the first point that you had selected. So those are the basic ways to use a line command. Now, if you want to turn your lines on and keep them locked in at 90 degrees, or whatever, like in a 90-degree increment, the easiest thing to do is to turn on your ortho. So ortho allows us to lock in our lines and keep them straight. So you can see I'm not able to pull that line at an angle, and I'm just concentrating on the length of the line. Okay, so that's one way. And then if you want to close and you're going back to the start, it will reference that endpoint, and we can close it like that. So that's a basic way to sketch. Now, for the nitty-gritty on how to draw a line and specify like a specific length, let me erase all this real quick. In your line command, I'm going to go to 0, 0, and now I want to specify a certain length. So I'm using a combination of my scroll button and my pan button to kind of like be able to see and zoom into my line to get it get it to a point where I can see it. So if I want that line to be 3 inches long, I type in 3 when you see that blue box appear, and I hit enter, and it goes over 3 inches. And then I change the direction in which I want to go. So if I want to go up, I can type in 2, hit enter. If I want to go back over to the left, 3, hit enter. And then I can either come down to my endpoint and pick the endpoint where I started, or I can hit C or type in C for close, and it will close that geometry. So you don't have to just keep it in squares. You can definitely type in different dimensions as you're working on drawings, and you can put in the values as you go along. If you mess up, you can always hit the undo button. Okay, and you can type in a different value. And it's pretty easy to just kind of follow a lot of your geometry. If you're like don't want to look up the dimension that you had and you're trying to follow something that you already have, it does have the availability to kind of like line up. Oh, wait, maybe I don't have my tracking on. There we go. So you can point to an existing object and line up. And so it's seeing that it's 0.75, so I can just hit the enter button. Oops, I should not have hit the enter button. I should have just clicked it. Well, let's start again. So once it is at 0.75, I should have left clicked my mouse button. But anyway, so I typically just type in the values as I'm moving around my part and just trying to line the dimensions up and close the features. It is important to know that undo button is something that you can use to back out through a step If you don't, you go over and click the undo button in the command line. You can simply type in U, and it will also back it out. So I'm just typing U on my keyboard and hitting the enter button. So those are the basic features of the line command.